Hey everyone, you've got to hear this. Apple has unleashed its brand new M5 chip, and believe me, it's making some serious waves. We're going to break down what makes this tiny piece of silicone so special and get past all the marketing hype to see what it actually means for you and me. So let's dive right in. Okay, let's just kick things off with one number, a huge one, 4x. That's the jump, the massive leap in AI performance that the M5's GPU has over the M4, which was already a beast. We're talking 4 times the power. This single number is exactly why the entire tech world is sitting up and paying attention. I mean, just let that sink in for a moment. Think about it. The kind of computing power that used to fill up an entire room, needing all sorts of crazy cooling systems just 10 years ago, is now sitting inside a super slim laptop that you can just toss in your backpack. That's not science fiction anymore. That's the reality with the M5 chip. Yeah, big numbers sounds cool, right? But the real question, the one you're probably asking, is what does all this horsepower actually mean for you? For your daily work, for your gaming, for your creative projects? Well, that's exactly what we're about to find out. To really get a feel for this chip's power, we need to pop the hood and take a look inside. So let's peel back the layers of the M5 and see what makes this intelligent design so revolutionary. So the magic really starts with its 3-nanometer technology. Now, what on earth does that mean? Think of it like this. It's an incredibly precise way of building the chip that lets Apple cram billions and billions of tiny switches, called transistors, onto it. And here's the key. More transistors means more raw power. But because the process is so advanced, it sips energy, and that translates directly into amazing battery life for you. All right, now for the brain of the operation, the CPU. It's got 10 cores, but it's a very clever mix. You've got 4 high-performance cores. These are the bahubali of the chip, right? The heavy lifters doing all the muscle work for tasks like editing 8K video or high-end gaming. But then you have 6 efficiency cores. These are the smart workers, handling all the everyday stuff like your emails and web browsing, barely using any power. It's this combo that makes everything feel just so snappy and responsive. Now, we usually think of the GPU as being just for graphics, for making games look pretty. Well, that's all changing now, big time. The M5's 10-core GPU is an absolute AI powerhouse. And here's the crazy part. Every single one of those GPU cores now has its own dedicated mini brain, a neural accelerator, built right inside just to handle AI tasks. So what does that look like in the real world? Check this out. A task like AI-powered sky replacement in a photo, it goes from being something you have to wait for to something that happens pretty much instantly, in a flash. That's the power of those new GPU mini brains getting to work. And finally, we've got to talk about Apple's secret sauce, unified memory. See, in most computers, the main processor and the graphics card have their own separate memory. Moving data between them is like a traffic jam. Apple's design throws everything into one giant, super fast swimming pool of memory. This means the CPU, the GPU, and the AI engine can all grab the same data instantly. No waiting. It's a huge reason why everything just feels so incredibly fluid. All right, enough of the techie stuff. Let's talk about the real magic. What does all this mean when you're actually using it? Let's look at how these M5 superpowers are going to change the game for different people, from creators to gamers. If you're a video editor or any kind of content creator, you know the biggest enemy is that darn progress bar. That spinning wheel of death, right? We all hate it. Well, the M5 basically declares war on waiting. We're talking about editing multiple streams of 8K video without a single stutter, applying complex visual effects in real time. Render times aren't just a little faster, they are absolutely slashed. This chip gives you back the one thing you can't buy: time. You know that old joke, right? The one that's been going around for years? Oh, Max can't game. Yeah, well, with the M5 chip, that joke is officially dead. This isn't just a small step up. It's Apple making a huge statement. The secret weapon here is hardware-accelerated ray tracing. Now, in simple terms, this tech makes the light in a game behave just like light in the real world. The shadows, the reflections, it's unbelievably realistic. So in a game like Cyberpunk 2077, you get a world that is so immersive, so true to life, it's just mind-blowing. And this used to be something only massive gaming desktops could handle. Now it's in a thin laptop. And what about AI developers or students learning about machine learning? For them, the M5 basically turns their laptop into a portable AI supercomputer. You can run these huge AI models right there on your machine. This gives you two massive wins. First, total privacy. Your data stays with you. It never goes to the cloud. And second, pure speed. You don't need an internet connection. For doing AI work on your own device, it's an absolute game changer. But what about the rest of us? The ones who aren't editing 8K movies or building AI models? Well, for everyday use, the M5 means one thing: a completely flawless experience. You can have dozens of browser tabs open, be streaming music, working on a document, and this thing won't even break a sweat. No lag, no stuttering, nothing. And because it's so energy efficient, you get that incredible all-day battery life. It just works. So with this kind of performance, this kind of efficiency, you can bet the competition is getting a little nervous. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture to see why the M5 is putting so much pressure on everyone else. This table really shows you the different philosophies at play. Apple's mantra is performance per watt. They want to squeeze every last drop of power out of every bit of energy. The result? Insane speed, but with very little heat, which gives you that amazing battery life. On the other hand, a lot of competitors have just chased raw power, which is great for speed, but it generates a ton of heat. That means they need bulky fans, and you guessed it, your battery life suffers. And what this all means is that Apple has basically changed the rules of the competition. The race isn't just about who has the fastest clock speed anymore. It's about who can build the smartest, most efficient system. By weaving AI capabilities into the very fabric of the hardware, Apple is playing a totally different game. And right now, they're winning. And all of this really points to one big idea. The M5 isn't just another yearly upgrade. No, it's a huge signpost pointing to where all of our computers are headed. The future is all about on-device intelligence. Okay, so let's boil it all down. What are the big things to remember? 1. The M5 is an intelligent chip, truly built for this new era of AI. 2. It gives you the power of a desktop computer, but with unbelievable energy efficiency. 3. It's a real game changer for pretty much everyone: creators, gamers, and developers. And maybe the most important thing, it makes your device not just powerful, but actually smart. So I want to leave you with this idea. A device powered by an M5 chip doesn't just run your apps anymore. It thinks, it helps you, it anticipates what you need. This is a whole new chapter in personal computing. So my question for you is, if you had this kind of intelligent power right at your fingertips, what's the first thing you would create? Think about it. Thanks for tuning in.